Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream, and this is my another live about new project BLUM. So get launchpool newly added BLUM stake BLUM to earn reverse delivered in real time. Okay, so BLUM will be launched on Get Launchpool stake BLUM to earn BLUM token reward every hour. And airdrop details staking period June 27, 2025 at 12 July 11, 2025 at 12 UTC. Total staking rewards 900,000 BLUM. And unlocking rule, Get Launchpool allows user to stake early. You can stake your asset before the project officially launches, ensuring you start earning reward immediately once mining begins. Rewards distribution, the system will be distribute token rewards to users spot accounts every hour based on the proportion of assets staked by each user. And Get launch pool, so how to participate? Log into your Get account and complete identity verification. Navigate to launch pool, hold at least one BLUM and click stake. And Flower Girl, hi, how are you? Thank you so much, Flower Girl, for joining my live stream. And project information, reward distribution. The system will distribute token reward to users spot accounts every hour based on the proportion of assets staked by each user. And project information, BLUM is the decentralized multi-chain trading ecosystem that brings together a powerful terminal, one of the most hyped meme pairs in Web3. And Mascot, hi Mascot, how are you? Thank you so much, Mascot, for joining my live stream. Okay, so an on-chain trading bot, all in a tap to trade experience. So Get Plus did not invest in BLUM. And notes, Get Launchpool is an innovative staking and airdrop platform where user can stake GT, BTC, Ethereum, USDT or other tokens to earn hourly airdrops of hot and new coins with low entry barriers and high APR. It's the ultimate platform for effortlessly capturing market opportunities. And Flower Girl, I'm good. Thank you so much, Flower Girl. And please complete identity verification before participating in Launchpool to enhance the security of your account and assets. And please adhere to the relevant rules of the event when participating. Any cheating behavior is prohibited, and occurrence of any dishonesty will result in the disqualification of the reward. And Flower Girl, good works. Thank you so much, Flower Girls. And where any discrepancy arises between the translated versions and the original English version, the English version shall prevail. Gate reserves all the right to the final explanation. This event is not affiliated with Apple. User in the United Kingdom and others restricted location cannot access the services, including the participation in this event, gamer competition. And risk warning: the project team does not guarantee that token price will not be lower than its initial sale price. Please invest with caution and don't invest beyond your financial capacity. The crypto project is still in its initial stage. Factors including the operation and underlying technology of the project and other related regulatory activities might contribute to significant risk. Advanced technical and financial knowledge is required to understand and evaluate the inherent risk of crypto asset investment. The market volatility is high and the price of a token might fluctuate drastically due to technical, regulatory, and marketing factors. User may not be able to withdraw the purchased token due to technical issues of the project or gate. So, and here there is all about Gate.io and crypto trade over 3,600 cryptocurrencies safely, quickly, and easily on Gate. Okay, and CANDYDROP X BLUM trade to share 1,350,000 BLUM. CANDYDROP is Gate.io's airdrop reward platform where users complete tasks to earn candies and share token rewards. We are excited to announce the BLUM token airdrop event. Complete the mission below to earn candies and share from the 1,350,000 BLUM prize pool, max 3,000 BLUM per user. And details: future trading price pool 675,000 BLUM, individual cap 1,500 BLUM, spot trading price pool, and airdrop calculation formula: individual candy amount or total candy amount of all users x reward pool. And event time: June 27, 2025, 11:10, July 7, 2025, 11 UTC. And future trading price pools: during the event, users with a cumulative BLUM futures trading volume enter a position plus close position 3,000 USDT can receive candy rewards and share a prize pool of 675,000 BLUM. Each user can receive a maximum of 9 candies, and the highest amount that can be obtained by a single person is 1,500 BLUM. The reward rules are as follows: 300 USDT as equal 1 candy, 50,000 USDT as equal 3 candies, and 80,000 USDT as equal 5 candy. क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन, मैं 10 मिनट से इधर हूँ और आपने देखा ही नहीं. सॉरी क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन, मैंने नोटिस नहीं किया. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग माई लाइव स्ट्रीम. Okay, and spot trading price pool rules. During the event, users with the cumulative BLUM spot trading volume buy plus sell more or less than 5000 USDT will qualify for candy reward and share from the 675,000 BLUM prize pool. एंड क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन ऐसा अब डेली होता है? सीरियसली मैंने नोटिस नहीं किया, आपने तो कोई कमेंट भी नहीं किया था, इसीलिए मैंने नोटिस नहीं किया. सो सॉरी. And each user can earn a maximum of 9 candies with a personal of 1500 BLUM. The reward tier are as follows. And crypto champion, don't be sad. Okay, and project introduction. BLUM is a decentralized multi-chain trading ecosystem. क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन, मैं आपको बिना कमेंट्स के नोट करता हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट, बट मैंने नोटिस नहीं किया. सो सॉरी. One of the most hyped meme pairs in Web3 and an on-chain trading boot, all in a tap to trade experience. Token symbol BLUM, and there is the official website. And notes that participant must click the join button on the event page after successfully joining the event. And reward will be distributed to user accounts within a working days. And crypto champion, thank you so much for your compliment. And with a total reward of 1,350,000 BLUM, bulk registration of small accounts is strictly prohibited, as well as malicious wash trading, self-buying and selling, and mutual matching cheating behaviors. Multiple accounts of the same verified user will be considered as the same account. Sub-accounts are not allowed to participate in activities. Market makers, enterprises, and institutions are not allowed to participate in this event. क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन, तबीयत डाउन है. In case of discrepancies between the translated version and the English version shall prevail. Get reserved the right of final interruption for this event. And क्रिप्टो चैम्पियन, फिर किया हुआ वाट, मैंने फिर क्या किया? An user in restricted areas may not have access to all or part of the services, including participation in this event, games, or competition. For more information about restricted areas, please read user agreement. And risk warning: user must pay attention. Virtual coin trading is influenced by various factors such as the market and policies. The market is highly volatile, and the rise and fall are difficult to predict. And crypto champion, आपको क्या हुआ है मुझको? Nothing, crypto champion. The market is highly volatile and the rise fall are difficult to predict. Please be sure to pay attention to market risk and trade cautiously. So, and then there is all about a gateway or crypto. Trade over 3,600 cryptocurrencies safely, quickly, and easily on Gate. Okay, and there is the BLUM's official website. Okay, and all the crypto you need. BLUM provides access to all the coins and tokens you need, all in one place. No more jumping between platform. Simple and seamless. And crypto champion, that's good. Thank you so much, crypto champion. Seamless cross-chain experience. Trade with chains, native token, gas fees, or intless transaction confirmation, trading terminal, lightning fast multi-chain crypto trading with seamless transaction. BLUM is designed for speed, efficiency, and security, ensuring you never miss a trade. And Mimi paid launch trade and mine. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. Crypto champ. Okay. Mimi bet launch trade and Mimi coins with is reaching millions of users from the very start. AI powered trading unlocks self-learning tradings effortlessly create strategies, launch tokens, and earn fully automated. And your gateway to a rewarding crypto experience. At BLUM, we believe in making your crypto journey not just profitable but also enjoyable and interactive. And crypto champion, that's like a good girl. Thank you so much, crypto champion. Okay, and start your crypto journey with BLUM today. Okay, so that's all about BLUM and BLUM privacy policy. Key concepts, application or service. And Crypto Champion, always keep smile. Thank you so much, Crypto Champion. A software service published by the developer on the platform, included in the app catalog. Developer BLUM Labs independently or jointly with other persons organizing and carrying out the processing of personal data as well as determining the purposes of processing personal data, the composition of personal data to be processed, actions performed with personal data. The developer publishes the application on the platform and uses it in accordance with the terms of the platform. Personal data is information recorded on a tangible medium about a specific person, identified with a specific person, or which can be identified with a specific, allowing the identification of that person. Okay. Allowing the identification of that person directly or indirectly by reference to one or more factors specific to his or her biological, economic, cultural, civic, or social identity. And cryptoglossy, thank you so much for joining my live stream. Where's the intro label for VTC and Ethereum? Cryptoglossy, that's a project live, so I can't tell you anything about market. And personal data includes biographical and identifying data, personal characteristic martial status, financial status, health status, etc. And policy, the privacy policy outlines how information about user is processed and protected. An user, an individual who has registered and uses the application. General provisions, the policy is an official document of the developer and defines the procedure for processing and protecting information about individuals using the application. The policy governs solely the relationships between the developer and the user. It cannot and does not regulate the relationship between Telegram and its user, nor does it supersede the Telegram privacy policy. The developer follows all privacy guidelines set forth by the platform that distribute Telegram apps, including Apple's app review guidelines and Google's developer policies. The goal of the policy is to ensure the proper protection of information about users, including their personal data, for unauthorized access and disclosure. Relations related to the collection, storage, distribution, and protection of information about users are governed by this policy and other official documents of the developer as well as applicable law. The developer has the right to make changes to the policy. When changes are made, the developer publishes the new version of the policy. It is recommended that users regularly check the terms of this policy for changes. Continued use of the application by the users after changes to the policy indicates acceptance of and agreement with such changes. Users' continued access to and use of the application shall constitute his or her acceptance of this policy. The Telegram bot terms and the Telegram mini app terms 2.0. If the user disagrees with the terms of this policy, the use of the application must be immediately terminated. And condition for using the application: by providing the application, the developer responds reasonably and in good faith believes that the user has all the necessary right to enable them to start and use the application, provides accurate information about themselves as required for the use of application, understand that information shared while using the application may become available to other users and may be copied and distributed by them. Understand that some type of information provided to other user while using the application cannot be deleted by the user themselves. Is familiar with this policy, agrees with it, and assumes the right and obligations specified in it. The developer does not verify the accuracy of the information received collected about users. Purposes of processing information: the developer used the personal data collected through the application to provide the services to users. User create and maintain account to user. Verify identity of the user, process transaction and provide customer support. Improve the service for the user identity. Identify activity patterns and usage trends. Communicate with the user and emails to the user including confirmation and reminders. Respond to users' requests for assistance or report on technical issues. Fulfill the developer's obligations to the users regarding the use of the application. Update users about changes to the service. Send messages about new feature or report or technical issues or promotion that may interest the user, or maintain safety and security, detect, prevent and respond to potential or actual security. And protect against other illegal activities. User information composition. And the developer process the following information about users personal data provided with the users consent and necessary for the use of the application additional information about user provided by the platform administration with the user's consent information provided by user while using the application information obtained by the developer as a result of user action when using the application e.g. IP address cookies application usage statistic processing user personal data processing of personal data is based on the principles of legality and fairness of personal data processing correspondence of the purposes of personal data processing of the purposes predetermined and declared during the collection of personal data correspondence of the volume that and nature of processed personal data to the stated purpose of processing in admission combining databases containing personal data for incompletable purposes. The developer process personal and other data of the user with their consent for providing services related to the use of the application. Information is collected by the developer with the user's consent upon the first launch and or use of the application by using the application entering into legal relations with the developer the user giving his or her consent to the transfer of his or her personal data to third parties when this is necessary for the developer to properly fulfill its obligation in accordance with applicable law or fulfill obligation to the user. The developer has the right to use the personal data of the user to send news, promotion, and other information related to the products and services provided by the developer. The developer has the right to transfer personal data to third parties so that they can help in the implementation of marketing and advertising projects and state marketing newsletters. By using the application, the user accepts this policy and agrees to receive such marketing communication. The subject of personal data has the right to refuse to receive such information by contacting the developer with the corresponding application. The developer stores personal data for 5 years from the date of receipt from the user unless other periods are provided for by law or the nature of the relationship between the developer and the user. The developer has the right to carry out finite storage achieving of personal data if this does not contradict current legislation. And user right and responsibilities. Users have the following rights: the right to know what data the developer has about the user, the right to correct, delete, or update personal data from the user. The developer sometimes may not be able to modify or delete certain information. For example, the developer is required by law to keep certain information for a defined period. And the right to optimize out of receiving electronic marketing communications from the developer. The developer may periodically send you emails and messages promoting the use of the service the user can optimize out unsubscribe of receiving these messages by following the instruction included in each email or message. If the user has any additional questions, the user may not contact the developer at legal@blum.io. legal@blum.io. Okay, and the user has the right to know that the developer has personal data relating to him or her and receive the following information from the developer: legal grounds and purposes of processing the personal data, the purposes and methods used processing processed personal data related to the relevant user, the source of their received terms of processing of personal data including periods of their storage, the procedure for the user to exercise his rights, information about completed to intent cross border data transfers, other information required by law. The user has the right to contact the developer with a request to delete his or her personal data. In this case, the developer deletes personal data except in cases where the obligation to store personal data is assigned to the developer is accordance with the law. User can send indicators regarding the use of their personal data to the developer in writing or in the form of an electronic document signed by a qualified electronic signature. Inquiries should include the user's identity document number or issuing authority details, information confirming the user's relation with the developer, the user's or their representative's signature. The developer will review and respond to the inquiry within 30 days of receipt. All correspondence is confidential and will not be disclosed without the user's written consent. Personal data and other information will be used solely to respond to the inquiry or as required by law. Measures to protect user information. The developer takes all necessary legal, organizational, and technical measures to protect personal data from unauthorized or accidental access, modification, blocking, copying, provision, distribution of personal data, as well as from other unlawful action is relation to personal data, prevents unauthorized persons from accessing equipment used for processing personal data, prevent unauthorized reading, copying, modification or removal of data media, prevents unauthorized recording of personal data and modification or distraction of recorded personal data, and provides the possibility of establishing retroactively when, by whom, and what personal data were changed, and ensure the security of data processing system intended for the transfer of personal data regardless of the means of data transmission, ensures control of employee access to receive personal data, excludes unauthorized reading, copying, modification, and distraction of personal data during the transfer and protection of personal data. Ensure the confidentiality of information obtained during the processing of personal data. Ensures compliance with the protection of personal data during their processing in personal data information system, the implementation of which ensure established level or of personal data security. And user information is handled, transferred, and stored in compliance with applicable laws, including all necessary precautions to prevent unauthorized access, modification, deletion, or distribution. The developer will never share user data with third parties, including with developers on additional services or boards, if any, as the case may be, unless explicitly authorized by user or required by law, such as in response to a lawful court order. Policy limitation: the policy does not apply to the action and resources of third parties. The developer is not responsible for the actions of third parties that have gained access to user information due to the nature of the application's platform, which is accessible to any internet user. User is advised to carefully consider the amount of information they share. And children privacy: user must be at least 18 years of age to register with and use the application. The application is not for the use of children under 13. The developer not intend to collect personal data from children under 13. Disclaimers: the user acknowledge that the user have read, understood, and agreed to the Telegram bot terms and the Telegram mini app terms, as well as any other terms made available to the user by developer. Developer operates under the understanding that all information the user provides is submitted in good faith and is not obligated to check or verify user statements for errors or inaccuracies. It is responsibility of the user to ensure that all information the user provides is accurate and up to date. The user may decide to make some information available in the public domain, either directly on platform, else elsewhere on the internet, or via application. The information the user chooses to make public may be accessed by other users of application via theory on the internet, in which case it will not be covered to protected by policy. And question or concern: all questions regarding the application of the policy can be directed to the email address legal@blum.io. And terms of use: BLUM terms of use. Welcome to BLUM, the website. By using website, you agree to this term to use. If you do not agree, please do not use this website and the bot. Okay, this end user term should be read by you. Okay, BLUM offers access to trading boot, Telegram mini app, boot platform, BLUM as or we available on crypto trading boot service. Risk warning: the value of digital assets can fluctuate significantly, and there is a material risk of economic loss when buying, selling, holding, or investing in digital assets. You should therefore consider whether trading or holding digital assets is suitable for you, taking into account your personal circumstances, financial or otherwise. Please ensure that you fully understand the risk involved before using the boot. You acknowledge this: we are not your broker, intermediary, agent, or advisor, and we have no fiduciary relationship or obligation to you in connection with any activities you undertake when using the boot platform. We do not enter not providing any investment or consulting advice, and no communication or information that we provide to you is intended to be or should be construed as advice of any kind. You are responsible for determining whether any investment strategy or related transaction is appropriate for you in light of your personal investment objectives, financial circumstances, and risk tolerance, and you are responsible for any associated loss or liability. We do not recommend that any digital asset should be bought and should or held by you before making the decision to buy, sell, or hold any digital asset. You should conduct your own due diligence diligence and consult your financial advisor. We are not responsible for the decision you make to buy and sell or hold digital assets based on the information or services provided by BLUM, including any losses you incur arising from those decisions. And terms and definition: content has the meaning set out in clause 4.6. Content has the meaning, okay. Created IP means any intellectual property, the IP rights created by your pursuant of these terms, including the user materials but excluding any other user IP. The digital assets means a digital representation of value or rights which may be transferred and stored electronically using distributed ledger technology or similar technology, including but not limited to cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, non-fungible tokens, and tokenized derivatives of any other digital asset. Prohibited jurisdiction has the meaning set out in clause 14.3. Transaction means the creation, selling, purchasing of digital asset. Trademarks has the meaning set out in clause 4.6. Trading wallet has the meaning set out in clause 4.6. Trading wallet has the meaning set clause 2.1. Unauthorized use has the meaning set out in clause 4.4. User materials means the intellectual property rights in any images, post, information, data, and comments you or other user provide to use on the boot platform. For the avoidance of doubt, this does not include intellectual property rights in any image used for the creation of digital assets. Wallet means the digital asset wallet that you connect to the platform. And use of the services. The services are available through our bot on Telegram and will allow you to set up a digital wallet to trade certain cryptocurrencies. Whenever a trading wallet is generated for the user, show you the private keys to trading. We will immediately show you the private keys to your trading wallet so that you control it. We are not responsible for the safety or security of your digital assets. You acknowledge and agree that you understand the risk of transacting unencrypted digital wallet keys over the internet and accept this risk. You hereby hold harmless the company price and identify them from and against any claims arising in connection with your keys. When you use the services, you acknowledge and agree that you are in fact interacting the technology which are offered by third parties and not controlled by us. You hereby release and hold harmless the company parties from and against any losses or liabilities you incur as a result of your use of such third party materials. And you acknowledge and agree that no swap trades or exchanges of any kind will take place on boot infrastructure when you initiate, instruct, or otherwise engage in any transaction using our services. All such transactions take place on third-party infrastructure and using third-party technologies. The services are only a conduit to such third-party infrastructure and technologies, and the services are not a desk, exchange, or broker and do not process any of your transaction. We have no control over or responsibility for third-party protocols, network, or technology, including Telegram. If such third-party materials undergo changes or experiences disruptions, your access to and use of our services by submitting an instruction. You are authorizing us to initiate the transaction. We are therefore authorized to credit a debit your digital asset from your wallet in accordance with instruction. Third-party services. The boot may provide access to third-party services including but not limited to Telegram bots, websites, application software, and decentralized networks. The boot makes no representation or warranties regarding the third-party services accessible through its platform. Access to such services does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation. Any interaction or transaction conducted with third parties through the boot services are solely between the user and the third party. The boot has no control over and assumes no responsibility for third party services, including their accuracy, availability, reliability, or the completeness of the information they provide. The boot is not liable for any damages, losses, or other consequences arising directly or indirectly from the user access to or use or third-party services. Users are solely responsible for evaluating and understanding the terms, conditions, product, and services offered by third parties before engaging with them. Okay, and disputes. If a user wish to make a complaint, please contact the boot's customer service team at legal@blum.io. Should any dispute not be resolved to your satisfaction, you may pursue remedies in the governing law jurisdiction set forth below. Class action waiver. You and BLUM agree that any claims shall be brought against BLUM in an arbitration on an individual basis only and not as a plaintiff or class member in a purported classes or representative action. Amendment. The board reserves the right to update or modify these terms or any part therefore thereof at any time or otherwise changes. Therefore, we encourage you to check the terms and conditions contained in the version of the term in force at such time your continued use of the service shall be deemed to attest to your terms to any amendments to the terms. And governing law. The term and any matter relating hereto shall be governed by and concert with accordance with the laws of Republic of Panama. You irrevocably agree that subject as okay, and nor shall the taking or proceeding in any one or more in jurisdiction preclude the taking of proceeding in any other, whether concurrently or not to the extent permitted by the law of such other and severability and assignment. The boot reserves the right to assign the terms in whole or in part at any time without notice. The user may not digital assets and cryptocurrency. Digital asset and cryptocurrencies values can fluctuate in value depending on market condition. The user warrants that it is aware of the volatile nature of digital asset and cryptocurrencies. The holds the both assets or cryptocurrency losses due to transaction may not be recoverable. And miscellaneous, no waiver by the boot of any breach of any provision of this term, including the failure of the boot to require strict and literal performance. Nothing is the term shall create or concern any right or other benefit in favor of any third parties not party to this term. Nothing is the term shall create or be deemed to create a partnership, agency, trust, arrangement, fiduciary relationship, or joint venture between you and the boot. And everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream. Crypto Glossy Prosperity Gear User Mine MD Mustahid. Here's your thank you so much everyone for joining my live stream. And the boot may assign, transfer, charge, sub license, or deal in any other manner with these terms or subcontract any of these rights and obligation under this term to any other party. This term constitute the entire understanding and term between you and the boot regarding the services. So everyone, that was our BLUM project. Get LAUNCHPOOL newly added that BLUM stick, BLUM to earn reward delivered in real time. So thank you so much everyone for joining my live stream and for supporting me trading ecosystem that bring together a powerful joining my live